Hello lovely people, it's Cara here and I am so mad. So I'm back with you, a week 2 instalment in Sew and Show, where I take you through what I've been up to. As I said last week, didn't want to take you through a mammoth amount of clothing. I really want to give you time, or give myself time I suppose, to tell you what I've been up to and share with you some of the experience of it. Now, the first thing I want to talk to you about is a very exciting opportunity I had. On my bucket list has always been a chance to go to a sewing lesson, and in particular a sewing lesson at Sew Over It in London. Lisa has run the most amazing sew-alongs through lockdown, which has been phenomenal. And pre-COVID, it was there ever such a thing, but pre-COVID they used to do sewing lessons, and I obviously never got a chance to go to them because I used to work weekends. I now no longer work weekends, which is very exciting. And I saw on Instagram a very, just a story or an advert, I suppose, for a lesson on the ultimate trousers. Now I'll put a picture here of the stock photo of the ultimate trousers from Sew Over It. Now you're thinking, Cara, you can sew, why would you go to a sewing lesson? But I've got to tell you, the ultimate trousers are a pattern that have eluded me. I have attempted, sorry, my husband's in the background doing things with foil. Completely forgotten I'm filming, so I'm sorry if you can hear all that going on. But anyway, I Sew Over It ultimate trousers. I've got the pattern, I've had the pattern for a long time, and I have made this pattern loads of times, like a ridiculous amount of times, to try and get the fit right, and have never been successful. Either they're too wide or the waistband's not right, and it's really unusual for me. Normally I can tweak a pattern until I'm comfortable with it, but the ultimate trousers, no. And they're a really basic pattern in terms of trousers in particular. Literally no waistband, there's just a concealed zip at the side, there's a couple of darts at the front, a couple of darts at the back, done. But no. So I went for it. It was an investment in a day, but do you know, life's too short. If anything has taught me over the last 18 months, so much change in the world, take the opportunity when you can. So I did, and I'm really pleased. So it was 5 of us on the class. It was actually held at the Sew Over It shop, which is actually now, so it's not a Sew Over It shop, it's actually Lisa Comfort Home, which used to be the Sew Over It shop. And I'll put a picture of the front of the shop here. Took myself up to London on a Sunday, which turned out to be an interesting thing. So, sorry, chaos in the kitchen, lots of noise and things, so apologies about that. I'm back. So took myself up to London. Public transport isn't that frequent on a Sunday, it turns out, so a 5:30 in the morning get up for me to get to London for 10 o'clock. I know, sounds mad, it's true, but I made it. There were 5 of us in the class. Brilliant Julie, who is often on Instagram. I felt like I was with a celebrity actually, because she's there on Instagram doing the fitting classes and things, and she was so patient with us all. And there was a whole range of experiences in the room really, although all of us were massive Sew Over It fans, and we're talking about patterns and all sorts of different things. It was just wonderful. So nice to meet some real people and some real sewists. I have been on Instagram for a couple of years, I suppose, maybe a little bit longer. Actually, no, I haven't. I've been on Instagram for 18 months, the same amount of time as I've been filming. And I've made loads of what I consider really good friends, but I haven't actually met any of them. So to meet some actual people, so hello double Sew 7, which is Jenny, and do you know what, Jenny lives in Wadhurst, which is where my husband works, and I grew up. I mean, what are the chances of that? We could have got on the same train. In fact, we got on the same train to come home. It's just such a small world when you consider the range of viewers and etc. Customers of Sew Over It. What are the chances of meeting someone who actually knows the place where I was brought up? So wonderful to meet some real people. The trousers themselves, now I'm looking down because I did have Lord knows what I've done with that. I did have a piece of, let me see if I've got the, what do I do with that? Oh, hang on. Talk amongst yourselves whilst I'm looking around my sewing room. I made the trousers out of this. Now obviously this is a remnant of what I had left. And I appreciate, even if I stood up, you can't see my trousers. So I'm going to put some pictures and a video in here whilst I talk. But this is, ironically, this is actually from Show Wk2. So this is a stretch cotton. So it doesn't have any stretch in the vertical, but it's got a little bit of give in the horizontal. If I'm honest, it's not as stretchy as I thought it would be, but it's a beautiful colour. And it was quite serendipitous really, because I booked on I literally immediately clicked send, buy, not send, buy, to go on the course, and then popped over to the Show Wk2 site, and they were doing a remnant sale, so I managed to get a remnant of 1.5 meters of this to make the trousers. So that was a win-win situation, because I've always seen this fabric and always liked it, and I know it's the sort of fabric that's perfect for the trousers, and so I did. That's exactly what I did. And you know what, it was brilliant, because I know how to sew, I can make things, you've seen that, you might have seen that, but getting the fit right, and most importantly changing the pattern so that next time you make them they are a perfect fit. That was what I was going to the class for, and Julie was amazing at that. So they had some toiles made up in canvas, so like or something, calico or something like that, of the different sizes, and so if you weren't sure you put that on, and then Julie would be able to see immediately what sort of adjustments we needed to make. In fact, one lady bought her own toile, if you like, and they adjusted it from that. I knew I was going to be size 14, because actually my measurements fit perfectly into that, but it's the tapering of the legs that has always done me in, because they always came out really wide, because I have quite thin legs, I suppose. And so she pinned, and then the other trick to it is we put the trousers on and pinned them on the outside when you were wearing them, you know, on the outside, so like fabric right side out. Now I've always done the alterations, it's difficult to do pins on trousers on your own, that was half the battle. I've always done alterations where you turn it inside out, do the pins, so that obviously when you sew it up and turn it through, it's the right side. But as Julie explained, if you do that, and everybody's got variances in their body, if you do it inside out, when you turn it back out, the alterations you've made for your right leg are actually your left leg, and vice versa. So that was a game changer for me, as was if you put the pins vertically down the side of your leg, you'll see how much fabric you essentially need to take off, or how much of the pattern piece you'd need to change, and then you transfer that to the pattern, and yeah, it was just amazing. So I now have a pattern that is perfect for me, and I'm really pleased with the results. They are, over the years, Lisa has done many things with these ultimate trousers. She's occasionally really taken them in and made them quite skinny fit, and sometimes she leaves them as what would be described as a slim fit, and that's what I've gone for here. So slim fit actually most recently is back on trend, whereas last year and the years before it would definitely have been a skinny fit. So I'm really pleased with what's happening here. They sit on your mid waist, I would say, so kind of horizontal to your tummy button. So there is an adaptation I will make on future pairs to add a waistband, because I do have a little bit of a curve on my spine, and that basically means there is a little bit of gaping at the back, but not something you could really adjust too much without then not having enough room to get my tummy in on the front. So so what can you do? But overall they're absolutely lovely. I'm really pleased, and you can make them into capri trousers, and obviously you can make them into shorts as well. So really just such a lovely experience. If you ever get a chance to go onto a sewing class, I would really recommend it. I'll put in a couple of pictures here right at the end, and actually I'm wearing the sagebrush top that I showed you last week. It wasn't, I did actually take a linen top to, well, actually I took this linen top to wear with the trousers, because I thought I'd get the trousers finished, but as it happens I didn't, because we spent a long time looking at the fit, changing the patterns. I did manage to get to the stage where I had the zip in the the facing for the waistband on, but they were not hemmed. So and there were varying degrees of finishing. I think I was the closest to finishing, and then some other people had, you know, concentrated on the fit instead and pattern adapting. And as I say, there were all sorts of different skill sets in the room, but it was amazing. It's just great fun. All of us went home having learnt a lot from the brilliant Julie, so thank you, Julie. It was also really beautiful because Julie had just that week watched my Sorrento jacket and Ravello make that I did last year on YouTube, which was just lovely. And Jenny, one of the other sewists, had said, "Oh, I've just finished reading your blog about your sagebrush top." I mean, how spooky is that? I mean, I have a group of wonderful followers. Thank you. You're one of them. But it's a small world, really, and I just felt really chuffed that people had, I mean, such talented people, had taken the time out to watch anything of mine. It's a very, very lovely experience. So thank you, ladies. It made me feel very special. So, let me take these off, and I appreciate you can't see them. I'm sorry, I'm sitting here, I'm looking down at my trousers and you can see them. I appreciate you can't. Well, let me just prove that I am wearing them. Ta-da. There you go, my attractive sewing room floor, so you can see there. Yes, I'm really, really pleased with these. They fit better than any of the previous ones I've made, so that's a win-win. Right. Let me, actually, wobbling the camera there. I'm actually going to change the top so that I can see, so you can see the next top. We'll be back in a second. Hello again. So I've changed the camera angle. I appreciate you can't see my lovely wall as much, and going forward maybe I'll have to do it like this because you can see a little bit more of a top that way. So I'm just playing around with the setup a little bit here, but I wanted you to be able to see my next top, which is this one. This is the Paddington top by Peppermint magazine. Got out my head there for a second. Oh, do you know what? As I said last week, I'm just so pleased with the makes I've been making recently. They're just really comfortable. They're really me. I'm really pleased with my fabric choices, and all of the things I've made are just, well, they just fit and are utterly wearable. As you know, my #1 criteria for making anything is that it's wearable. I don't believe in keeping anything for best. Or special or any of those things. I think everything can and should be worn any time, and this top is a perfect example of that. I'm going to come right in because I need you to be able to see the fabric. This is a cotton dobby. I really hope you can see. It's a cotton dobby from Felicity Fabrics, and it's got the most wonderful silver stripe running through it. I do hope you can see that. I'm going to come right in close, right up to my shoulder there. I have no idea whether you can see that, but it's got this beautiful shimmer to it, and this is such a lovely pattern. Again, a free pattern. I'm going to stay standing up so you can see the detail here. So you've got a raglan sleeve here, obviously you've got these beautiful statement sleeves, and there's elastic cuffs here. And then if I turn round, now once again, I don't know, you can't hear me I don't think very well, but I'm going to show you the detail and I come back. I'm hoping you can see the buttons, and obviously it's a faux button placket. So I do hope you could see that, and I'm going to put some pictures or footage, I can't remember what I've taken, in the back there. So it's a faux button placket across the back, and I got some lovely beautiful mother of pearl buttons. I just love it. I love the neckline of it. It's a little bit higher than I normally go for. It's a really nice, so I've still got the Sew Over It Ultimate trousers on here, so that's my hip there, just comes to my hip. I think that's as it was. I don't remember changing that, but it just is lovely, and it's you can wear it formally or you can wear it casually. I can definitely see loads more of these in my future. This cotton dobby, it's got this lovely, as I say, pattern on it with these spots, and then this, I do hope you can see that, a beautiful silver pinstripe running through it. If this is still available on the Felicity Fabrics website, then I will link it below. But I'll link the Felicity Fabrics website below anyway, because they just have the most beautiful range of fabrics. I also wanted to say, so I purchased this one, but the lovely ladies, Caroline and Fliss at Felicity Fabrics, very kindly allow us bloggers to give you a discount code. So please, if you want to buy any fabric from Felicity Fabrics, you can get 10% off by putting Cara 10, so I'll put that here, Cara 10 in the coupon box when you check out, and that give you 10% off. Yeah, it's just their fabrics change all the time. They've just got a beautiful array of fabrics in just in the last week, and that happens on a regular basis, so I do encourage you to look out for that. But yeah, I absolutely love this. So I've got one more thing I want to show you today, so I'm going to change into that. Okay, I'm back, and this is my final make. And so I was saying to you that I'm really lucky to work with a number of different companies who support me on my sewing journey, and I'm a brand ambassador for Minerva Fabrics, so minerva.com. Got my words mixed up then. So minerva.com, and this is a fabric that I chose from the selective fabrics that we're allowed to choose from, and I love the colours in this. If I come up a little bit closer, it's a black background, and then it's got vibrant colours and flowers and all sorts of different things. It's not necessarily my style. Sorry, the light's going a bit mad there. And it's actually not that you'll see. Yeah, you can see it's actually quite sheer as a skirt, etc. But when it's up against my body, you can't see anything. It is a bit of a Lady Di moment when, if I'm standing outside, you definitely can see through my skirt, but you can just see my legs. It's not indecent in any way. But I have made a Lotta. Now Lotta is a Tilly in the Buttons pattern, which I'm certain you'll all be very familiar with. I think it came out last year, might have even been the year before. No, I'm not sure. Anyway, it's a well-established Tilly in the Buttons pattern, and lots of people have made it. I wasn't sure when it first came out because it's a simple style. It's got an elasticated waist here, and I'll put some footage up here. As you'll see in the footage, it's got a beautiful skirt, comes to midi length, and it's really swishy. I think I'm swishing in one of these pictures that I'll show you. Now it comes with patch pockets on the front, but I'm not a fan of patch pockets. I did actually put patch pockets on my Heyday dungarees, which I don't think I showed you the back view of those. I don't ever seem to get them completely square for some reason, but they came out okay. But I didn't want to have patch pockets on these, not least because I didn't think you'd see it because it's really busy. But I added in pockets anyway, and I just used, I think it might actually have been the Tilly in the Buttons pocket template. They've got a free pocket template. But you can see here, it's got a grown-on sleeve, cinched in at the waist with elastic, and this lovely swishy skirt. Comes with a facing on the inside. You can see there my interfacing, and it is incredibly simple. This is a brilliant beginner's project because it's basically you've got a front and a back, and then the skirt is the same piece cut twice, and that's it. Obviously, and then the facings as well. Really simple to make. You definitely could throw one of these together in no time at all. So much so that I'm going to lean back over here, so talk amongst yourselves a second. Oh, okay. You'd think I'd be in the swing of organising myself. Look, like a magician, I'm pulling a piece of fabric here, like one of those hankies out the hat. So I'm going to make, I've already got 2 more in mind of these. Now one I can't talk to you about because it's actually my next blogger project for Felicity Fabrics, but it's in a gorgeous fabric. And this one, also, this one is, it's a really unusual fabric. It's very silky. It's a polyester, and this is actually from Stitch Fabrics. So it's an unusual choice, really. It's very silky, but I think this is going to be beautiful as a transitional Lotta. Quite unusual, I suppose, because it's very lightweight fabric, but this with a polar neck underneath and some tights on, I think is going to be glorious. And can I just tell you that this glorious fabric, and you obviously can see I've cut it out already, this glorious fabric, £2 a metre. If I've got that wrong, I apologise, but it's an absolute bargain. I'm going to say it's £2 a metre. If it's wrong, I'll put the details here. Yeah, so I love this, and I wasn't sure about it when I put it on at first. I wear it with trainers, or I was wearing it with trainers in my previous job because it looks really cool with that, sort of like pumps if you like. But in my new job I wear it with sort of ballet pumps in my slip-on shoes, and I feel really sort of ladylike when I wear it, because I don't wear a huge amount of dresses. In summer more than winter, I suppose. I've got a few, but I do love a dress. I love a dress and I love a jumpsuit. Jumpsuits, you know, are my thing, because it's just done, outfit complete. Oh, hello Alice. Hello darling. She can't get in, so she come up and say hello, but she can't get in because I'm filming right in the doorway. Yeah, so this is the Lotta for Minerva. I really like it, so please do head. I'm going to leave the links to my Minerva site in the description box below. Do head over to Minerva to see what else I've been up to. I'd love to hear from you over there. You can follow me. It's more like a social media platform, the Minerva website these days, so don't be shy, come on over and say hello. So I'm going to leave it there for today and for this week's so and show. Can't remember what I've called my own video. I think that's what I'm calling it. And I've still got a couple of weeks more makes to show you, so I hope you can join me next week. In the meantime, please do leave me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. I love being here and I love having you along with me. So until next week, I'll see you soon. Take care everybody. Bye bye.